I can leave if you want.
That's it, beer. But hello. Thank you for stopping by the Massachusetts Whiskey Reviews channel of YouTube. My name is Thomas Metal 75. This guy will come up in a moment. You know him, you love him. And this is your Massachusetts Whiskey Reviews today. We will bring Alex the Beer Master up when I'm completed my whiskey journey here this evening on this channel. We are going to do, it says live there. Yes, good. We're going to do, as you can see from the title and as you can see from the, what do you call it? You can see from the thumbnail on the video. We're going to do a Four Roses distillery product from Lawrenceburg, Kentucky. Comes the Four Roses Small Batch Select. All right. I got a gift card for a little local chain liquor store called Yankee Spirits from my brother and wife and his wife. Thank you both. Got a $50 gift card. I had to put in a couple, maybe an extra $10 in for the bottle. This is a 52% ABV. What's the special feature? Whoa, a special feature. Yes, sir. And Alex, you may control that if you would like. Cheers. So this is a 52%, 104 proof whiskey, or a bourbon whiskey, a Kentucky straight bourbon whiskey crafted from 6 unique bourbons. So from what I understand at the Four Roses Distillery, their website is down on the 4th of February 2023. Their website is down currently, so I can't really get on there and look too intently. There's a little bit of literature that came with the whiskey. But from what I understand is they have 5 different recipes at Four Roses for their whiskeys, for their bourbons. And they have 2 different yeast strains that they can utilize within their 5 different recipes. So really, at the end of the day, they have 10 different recipes of bourbons. Kind of crazy. They say here, Brent Elliott's their master distiller. Four Roses, I'm going to read a little bit. It's a lot of words. But Four Roses Small Batch Select is yet another fine example of why our distillery is so unique. For this bourbon, I selected 3 of the proprietary yeast strains, V, K, and F, for both mash bills. Again, if you want to, let's see, if you want to pause the video and take a look, here's some of their recipes, the 6 recipes that can possibly go into the Small Batch Select. Pause and take a look. Bam. So they say, if I can open this once more, a Small Batch Select is a mingling of 6 and 7-year-old bourbons. It is non-chill filtered to give a more straight from the barrel flavor while retaining a mellow and smooth 104 proof. The bourbon retains its rich depth of 6 out of our 10 bourbon recipes, exhibiting a complexity and character greater than the sum of its parts. Okay, so I think at one point, Four Roses Distillery created a really limited bottling called the limited edition small batch, and they wanted to put something into their portfolio that's available all year round that had similar characteristics and flavors to that at a much more accessible price point, and again at a relatively easy to find bottling. So at around $60, you can find this pretty much at most places that have a really good whiskey selection. I've already poured the glass into the Glencairn, and I'm gonna add a little bit of water at some point to see if the water changes the flavors any here. So as we look at it, the whiskey right now, it's got a nice light towards I guess it's sort of a medium amber color. It's more amber in my lighting. There's some alcohol legs, definitely at 52%. let's see what the nosing is like, what the aroma's like. Definitely getting vanilla straight up front. Vanilla and definitely dark cherry notes. Definitely a molasses or like a brown, maybe more like a brown sugary note. Yeah, there's definitely a brown sugary note. Vanilla, a dark cherry note. What else am I getting? Those are the big. Those are like the biggest notes here. Definitely a caramel note. And same. And there's a lot of baking spices. Clove, sure. Am I getting a? Maybe I'm getting a citrusy note. Orangey, maybe. It's a little hard at this point to get through some of that 52% alcohol on the nose, but maybe there's a little bit of like an orange oily orange. You make the cocktails with the orange bitters. Maybe a little bit of that. Let's try it on the nose. We tried the nose. Let's try it on the palate. Cheers to the beer master. Thanks for joining. Hey, we got Mark A once again. It's a special feature. If you could ever have a never-ending supply of whiskey, what would it be? Oh, hey, this is pretty good. And hey, I got to try way more whiskeys to know the answer to that question. Mark A. Never-ending supply of whiskey. What would I have? Wow, that's a loaded question. I'll have to think about that question and come back to you. Well, let's try another sip of the whiskey, neat, without any water or ice. I'm going to put water in later and see what it's like again. Cheers. Second sip.
Please be delicious.
It's very delicious. Damn. I think you got to get through some of the higher ABV. So initially a little bit hot, but there's definitely a nice viscosity, a nice mouthfeel. It's definitely got a moderate oiliness to it. It definitely leaves a nice little sheen in the mouthfeel. BC Herbs, cheers. Definitely got a nice coating and oiliness to the mouthfeel. I'm definitely getting caramel for damn sure in the baking spices. Lots of vanilla. I'm getting the orangey notes too. I'm getting a lot of dark cherry notes too. Orangey and dark cherry. The orange bitter notes are showing up, and the dark cherry notes are showing up. There's a little bit of a black pepper spicy element there. There's a little bit of a rye note. I know that the Four Roses bourbons are typically more of a higher rye concentrate, which you can get more of a spicier note from rye, and you can also get a minty kind of note to the rye from the rye. And I'm getting both of those things. I'm definitely getting the black pepperiness from the rye, and I'm also getting a little bit of a minty flavor that I tend to get with the Four Roses products. That's really nice. What are they actually using? I think this Whiskey Ramble website I'm on, because the Four Roses website seems to be down. They're saying the mash bill here, the makeup of the bourbon, is a 60% corn, 35% rye, 5% malted barley, and then they're also blending another whiskey that could possibly be 75% corn, 20% rye, and 5% malted barley. And I'm definitely getting the higher rye concentrate out of the whiskey. What else am I getting? Those are probably the most of the flavors. Dark cherry, the baking spices, the vanillas, some of this minty note to it. Definitely a nice coating mouthfeel to it. Let's take one more sip, and then I'm going to add some water to it. One more sip, neat, to confirm those flavors. Yeah, at that point, I just got a little bit more of the oaky, tannic qualities to the whiskey. That was really good. I'm going to add a little bit. We're going to see what drink a little bit of some water. I'm going to see what a little bit of water does to the whiskey. I don't know what a little bit is. I'm going to try my best.
I think it's going to open it up. That's
what I think. I find a lot of the time, I don't know if you're going to see any cloudier complexion, maybe a tiny bit, maybe not. I think a lot of the time that I add water to whiskey on my reviews that I do, and even when I'm just tasting them at home, I find that the finish is prolonged. The lingering flavor is prolonged more. That's what I find with water. Let's see what it smells like with the water. This is Nirvana natural spring water from somewhere in New York, in the Adirondacks, in New York State. All right. Ooh, okay. Much more of a vanilla cream element comes out in the bourbon. Vanilla cream, cinnamon, way more of this barrel spice, or maybe the rye is coming out more here, more of a minty herbal spice. Definitely more of the orange. Everything got amplified in the nose. If you like a sweeter bourbon, the nose with the water is for you. And I've noticed that putting water in the bourbons has generally brought a sweeter flavor to the aromas. So yeah, vanilla cream, cinnamon spices, baking spices, a clove, orangey notes, and more of that black pepper and the herbal and the like a eucalyptus minty element. Yeah, let's try it on the palate with the water. Cheers.
Please be delicious.
Wow. Yeah. It is a thinner mouthfeel. The viscosity is not quite as oily. The mintiness and the pepper spiciness are way more prolonged. Actually, maybe getting a tiny bit of a chocolatey note with the mint, so like a light York peppermint patty in a way. This would be hard to describe. This would be hard to pick out if you're a whiskey novice, but I think I'm getting a little bit of a chocolatey malt and the York peppermint patty sensation. Get the sensation. What else am I getting? Vanilla cream. Definitely, I'm getting the tannic note from wood, a slight bitterness from the wood at this point. It's creamier, Alex, with the water.
Hell yeah.
Not smoky or anything, not super charred. It's super easy drinking with the water. I like the bold, in-your-face flavors as compared, neat without the water as compared to the water. But the sweeter elements that I typically find in bourbons are coming out here. I'm not getting quite the harsh burn of any alcohol. Not that the alcohol was a harsh burn, but it's less harsh at this point. Baking spice is very vanilla cream, minty, vanilla cream, minty, a little bit of chocolate here. So very good. It hits hard. It hits harder without water, Elbow, at 104. They say in the whiskey bourbon world that the alcohol can kind of give you this Kentucky hug, because bourbon's most famously from Kentucky, and when you drink it, it's that Kentucky product's hugging you. It's making you feel warm. The Kentucky hug. You get this Kentucky hug early with the water, a little bit, not as much. Creamier sensation with the water. Bolder, richer oil, more oily viscosities are there without the water. For me, much sweeter with the water. For me, I don't know how to really rate bourbons. I'm trying to go off of what I've had. What do I think it compares to, and things that I know of in the back of my brain. This is this is awesome. For $60, it tastes like 2 times the price point. It tastes like a $120 bottle of whiskey.
Wow. Well,
good stuff for the price. Every day, you can find that on the shelf for $60. Behoove you one day in your life to buy that. I'm going to give that, vanilla creaminess in the mouthfeel as it's finishing with that water. That's a cool bourbon. Mix that. I don't know what to do this with for maybe a tiny char. Not much. I don't know what to mix this with for a cocktail, but at 52%, it's going to hold up.
You can always put it in vanilla. Hey, Eric, you can always put it in vanilla. You can always put it in vanilla ice cream.
Oh, I think this is a 90. I'm thinking 93. I think this is a really good bourbon at a really good price point. $60 seems a little expensive, but hell, I think that's a good price point for something that's got this kind of flavor. And if they were trying to mimic something that was even more limited edition in this here bourbon, they've done very well. And at around a 6, what would we say, 5, 6, maybe even 7 year of blending to this whiskey, it doesn't really taste super young. A lot of whiskeys and bourbons can taste really young when they have like this super grainy forward flavor to them. This didn't have much of that at all. It's really blended well, and I think if you like bourbons and if you like bourbons in general, this is for you. If you have never tried a higher proof above the 100 proof range, 104, 52%, this could be one for you to try as well. Try it over ice too. The chilling sensation will tame down some of the ABV harshness as well, if you find any. And it will be really good over ice too. I've done that before. So very good stuff. Cheers. I got 7 people watching me live at 12:33 a.m. You know what? That was cool. We have this guy has been waiting over here. He's doing a Canadian whiskey. Let's bring him up. He's gonna figure out a way to review in any way he can. He's Alex the Beer Master. Maybe it's a vanilla flavored whiskey.
That is true. And also, I wasn't in a rush anyway, Eric. I was just relaxing, listening to what you were saying. I'm not in no rush. It's your show. I just wanted to join and watch the show, even though I can watch it on the actual YouTube. Hey, I have the choice, to hang out.
Why not?
So, you gave me the idea, obviously, Legendary Eric. Got some water, but we're going to drink it straight first. Obviously, I've done it before, but it was a while ago. Okay, smells vanilla-y because it's supposed to be.
This is the Crown Royal Vanilla.
Yes,
Canadian.
you got it.
If we didn't explain that.
Okay, that's enough with that. I'm going to put this back in the fridge in a minute. I'm not drinking anymore. It's just a review, not to get freaking drunk. It's not what you want. Oh, wait a minute. I'm an idiot. The right reviewer shows the stuff, too. We got some Crown Royal vanilla. I like vanilla. Legendary Flacco. This is his favorite whiskey as well, or bourbon, whatever we call
it. That is a Canadian whiskey.
Yeah. I'll have to try Canadian bourbon. That would be good.
So we'll get into that in a minute, but bourbon is designated by the United States government to only be created in America, in the United States of America, and it has to be used in new uncharred American oak, and it is actually legal. A lot of different styles of whiskey in the world are legally obligated or legally defined for what they are. So you have a Canadian whiskey.
Hell yeah, and I like this kind of stuff. So this is what it looks like. Let's see what it smells like.
Yeah.
It smells like a sweet vanilla, just the way you want it. It doesn't. I'm pretty sure if I got the bottle months and months ago, it would have been stronger. But it's strong either way. It's not throwing in your nostrils. I'm pretty sure if I accidentally drink it, snort it, I guarantee it'll burn your
right.
It's definitely alcohol. You smell the alcohol somewhat, but but you more smell that sweetness of vanilla.
Let me see if I can.
That smells sweet. Let's get into the taste. Let's see how smooth it is. That's the different series.
Here's the website, as Jay Terrio would show in his Fandango Friday. This is Fandango Saturday.
Let's see what this tastes like, shall we?
We have cheers. We have a 30. Is it 35%? I think is what the bottle says. So the nose is of rich vanilla bean with delicate hints of oak, viscous warming with hints of creme brulee on the palate, and it finishes. How does it end? With a creamy vanilla with a smooth, light whiskey finish. You tell me what you think.
That does taste like vanilla, like it's supposed to be. Has that smooth palate feel onto the palate. Not too sweet. It's just perfect. Has a nice little burning sensation in the chest and in the throat, but that's what whiskey does, and that's what that's what it's supposed to be. That is really nice. But yeah, that's a good warming sensation, especially on a cold day. Cold
It's
night.
very cold where we live right now.
Exactly. So let me see what it tastes like with the cup first.
He's gonna add the water to the actual palate. What did that do to the finishing flavors to the whiskey that you recall in the mouth here?
Nothing at the moment. So maybe if I pour it, let's see.
I might actually, I would pour a little bit. Yeah. Boom, that's probably, it's probably good. Swirl that thing around, let it mingle. Water and ice will tend to proof down your whiskey, will bring down the ABV, will help to open up some of the flavor compounds and help you get through some of the alcohol.
I don't know if I put too much, but it still smells like vanilla whiskey.
Yep.
Well, let's see what it tastes like now.
All right. Whoa. Cheers. Let's not break my Glencairn glass. Anything different? Anything different in the way that it finishes and the way that it feels in the mouth?
Oh, wow. That's...
It
doesn't have... It still has the same taste, but it's really smooth now. It's smooth in the beginning when you first drink it originally, but it's so refreshing when you drink it. It actually, it's fresh in regards without it, but it literally goes down the palate. If it's a slick whiskey,
yep,
the water kind of washes that slickness on the palate away when you drink it prior. Because when you drink it prior, you have that slickness on the palate, the creaminess, whatever. But I think this is creamy, but it's not like a thickness on the palate. What I'm talking about, I think it's just smoothed down. Let me see here.
Yeah, Dan is saying he's got to get some of those Jameson. Or Dan from FLX Beer Reviews is saying he's got to get some of those variants out of the freezer from Jameson, the stout, the IPA, and the coffee. Yep,
that is very smooth. That makes it creamy. Wow.
Yeah. You see where I was going with when I said creamy, when I added, not every whiskey is going to do the same thing, but I found a creamy texture out of my particular whiskey. Yeah.
No, that's definitely creamy. Wait a
minute.
Yeah.
Creamy. There's the word. Yeah.
Mm.
Oh, Dan, get fucked, nerds.
That's phenomenal.
What do you think? What else are you thinking there? Yeah. What the best way I don't know too much yet. I know what I'm liking out of bourbon. It's a little harder to review whiskeys, but I start with the same thing that I do with beers. Whatever you're thinking, just say it. Just say it. Oh yeah, look at this, people. He's going for an extra heft. Oh, I told FLX get fucked, nerds, and he's laughing. Isle of Fire. Wow, I'll have to experiment with adding water to my bourbon.
Let's
do that.
Enough with that. Let's put some water. No, not what you're saying. So enough with that. Yeah. Meaning keep putting whiskey in the bottom.
No. I like where you're curious now. You had an eye-opening moment. You had an eye-opening moment about this water thing, and I'm glad you did that. That I don't want to say the teacher taught the student, but
no. I try to live and learn. Yeah, that's nice and clear, nice and leggy. Let's see what
leggy, yes, sir. So again, the water also helps to bring down the ABV. And
yes,
it will bring out some more flavor compounds.
It does do that, but it also kind of calms down that burniness. You still
exactly. It's bringing the ABV. It's bringing the alcohol percentage down a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, if you put a lot of water in it, you'll definitely take it down quickly.
I mean, remember the thing that happens with whiskey is that there's between Scotches and Irish and the bourbon worlds, right? And whoever's making the whiskey around the world, they have a certain level of ABV that they're allowed to put into the barrel, and then they're cutting it with water to get it to their desired ABV. So all that you're doing is adding more water and even cutting the ABV down just a little bit more to get it to. And you're finding, I don't know what the number of I don't know what the alcohol by volume would be at this point, but you're finding when you add water, you're getting it to your desired alcohol by volume level that you end up liking that whiskey at. That's what happens.
Yeah, it's what's going on. You're putting on your own volume instead of using their volume. Yeah.
Exactly. No, you're absolutely correct. That is awesome. Good stream. Damn. That you picked up on that very quickly. You like that water thing. That's good. You gotta try your whiskey neat to know what it does with the water, and that's how I like to rate the thing. You're liking it with that water addition. That's cool.
Now, I put a little bit more water in it, as you've noticed.
Yep.
This turns into like a water bond whiskey.
You understand where you went too far and where to not go the next time you drink it.
Yeah, no, but it's still good though. But yeah, it did went to.
You don't want just like watery vanilla bean.
Yeah.
Nah, me either.
Eric, I'll tell you, but
I usually what I like to do, I had a bottle today, so I just did the bottle, but usually I take a bendy straw and put my finger into the water and do one and then do another two and then see where I want to go from there. But I just added my own. I'm like, I guess that's good.
That is, I'm really pleased at that, even though I kind of went too far a little bit, but still, if you don't
know it went too far, that's good. You know when the flavors started to deteriorate.
Yeah.
Your liking. Yeah. That's exactly what happens with bourbon. Because I could do another review right now, but I don't want to do that. But then I have another one that's at 100 or 113 proof, 56.5. And for me, I gotta add more water and more ice to higher proof bourbons to get through some of the alcohol, perfumey pungentness, to get into some of the flavor compounds and to really be able to taste what I'm doing. If you needed listen, I'm going to go full screen for a second. Listen, the best way to drink a whiskey, and I'm going to steal this from Whiskey Nerdum on YouTube, the whiskey vault, those people. The best way to drink a whiskey or time out. It doesn't matter if it's bourbon or flavored or whoever. The best whiskey to drink is the one you like, and the best way to drink it is the way you like to drink it. I don't give a shit how you like to drink it. The best way to enjoy that whiskey is the way that you like to drink it, and you are enjoying it the way that you found that you like it.
Yeah, but it's very good with the water. But I'm also learning if you put too much water, it kind of takes that delicious flavor to make it awesome to just watery whiskey.
Do you get almost like a wet, woody kind of like a sensation, like you put a 2x4 in the woods, and then it was raining, and then you aged a bourbon in it or something?
Yeah, it's crazy. Well, you can do that. And that
wet, woody, wet cardboardy or something.
Right.
I'm not saying like akin to like an American adjunct lager where you get those wet, grainy flavors, but something akin to that, right? That wet graininess or something, yeah. If you put too much water in,
because I can find some crazy ideas.
Yeah, well, that's cool. I gave mine. I'm gonna give mine
a 90. It's good stuff.
Woo! Say that one. Wait a minute. Yeah.
90.
And
I know somebody wants hundreds, but I'm not.
No. Any other thing to add than the 90 there?
To add
anything to add about the 90?
The reason why I gave it a 90. The reason why I give it a 90 is because I really enjoyed that experience, drinking delicious water, drinking whiskey with the water. It's very, very good. I need to get more. I need to buy more other Crown Royals.
You can buy a little. You don't have to always buy the big 750.
I like to buy the big bottles.
A lot of the liquor stores are going to have, I say, craftier, the stuff that probably would catch your eye and that would catch my eye. They typically don't really have in the airline like the 50 milliliter bottles, but you can find some stuff occasionally that aren't really.
Yeah, but I buy the big bottles so I can drink it over months and months and months and months.
Yeah, that's the coolest thing about whiskey, right? is that I again, I don't have anything super old in my collection right now, but this came from Christmas and me having a gift certificate at the local liquor store, and I bought it. But I have drank this much of the 750, so maybe this
I'm
isn't
done
really
talking here.
great.
You can blow yourself up.
I have other examples of bourbons where I've tried to savor I've tried to savor the bourbons and stuff. And one of the things to be careful about too, I think both of the bottles are the same, but be careful when this is a wet cork, baby.
Yeah, I'll tell you this much.
It's not one of them synthetic fake corks, right? So over time,
it warts and the stuff underneath the cork. Some of the pieces go into the whiskey. That's not good.
Yeah, something like that, right? The other thing that I was going to talk about is even in the barrel, even more so in the barrel than in this bottle, but the bottle will do a similar thing. The bottle and the contents of the bottle will find its way to evaporate out into thin air.
Exactly.
So really what you want to do if you're going to keep a bottle around for many months to a year plus, just do this, please. Do this.
Wait a minute, but I put mine in the fridge on the side. Is that
I understand that your bottle's not going to last. Your bottle is not going to last you for a very long time. You're going to drink that damn thing. Good on you. But I'm saying, if you say I could show you videos off air, if you will. Say you're one of these bourbon junkies. That is a YouTube channel. Go check out for the bourbons. But say you're a YouTube junkie. You're a YouTube aficionado, and you collect bourbon bottles, and you have like 30, 40, 50, 60, 70 plus. And these bottles are going to be half empty or whatever it is, and they're going to sit there for a year or two plus or whatever it is. You want to make sure that whiskey or that cork is wet.
Right.
And just do this. Make sure that your seal is going to be really, really tight so that you're not losing as much of the whiskey over time due to evaporation. That's all I'm talking about. If you have a synthetic cork, say what you want about synthetic corks that aren't really real, but you won't have to do the same thing. You won't have to wet the synthetic cork to keep it from all that evaporation. So there's something to like about synthetic cork.
Let me ask you, since I put my bottle in the fridge, is it okay? Do you think it's evaporating over time?
No, you're going to be fine. You're not drinking it over 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 plus months for any of that to really happen. If this was like, let's say this was Crown Royal Vanilla. Oh my God, this is the best thing on the face of the earth. I have to savor this bottle. I bought this in 2022. It's 2024. Oh my God, why is the bottle like half as full as it was? Oh, I started drinking it. But why is it even? I don't think I drank that much. Just get that cork wet. Make sure.
Yeah, but mine's not a cork though, so I don't know.
Just make sure the cork's really good. It's sealed really well. The bottle's not going to be leaking any more than it would on normal evaporation purposes, and you'll be gold. And as Alex would say, you'll be golden. I turned away for a few. What's the whiskey you would stick in your veins? Oh my God! God damn it! I didn't even think about that. Damn. Let's go back to that question. What desert island whiskey? I don't really have a desert island whiskey, but I did have a Bowmore 18-year-old that my father bought. That was really good from the Islay region of Scotland, and I bought him for his birthday in October. It's already been well gone. Is the Elijah Craig Barrel Proof C922? I guess I would put them both in my goddamn veins, but for liquor products and for anything that's got alcohol for anything alcohol related, I don't care if it's bourbon, if it's a whiskey, or if it's a beer, or if it's a gin, or if it's a vodka. If there's one alcoholic product I could drink for the rest of my life, if there's only one to do, I would choose. I'm going to ask Alex that same question, but for me, the easy question, the one alcoholic beverage, if there could be one left on the planet Earth, would be Guinness Draft.
I never heard of that. Oh, wait a minute. Guinness draft whiskey.
Same old Guinness you get in the can, the same old Guinness you get in at the.
Yeah, but it's whiskey. It's not a beer.
Oh, I'm talking any. At this point, I'm saying any any alcohol product in general. The one alcoholic product I would drink for the rest of my life would be Guinness draft.
Okay.
Do you have it? I know you're so new to whiskey and stuff, but let's put it this way: any alcohol that you know, what would be the one? Even a beer, like I said, what would be that one alcohol that you would that you could drink for the rest of your life? What would be that one product?
You're saying if all beers go away and only one
all beers, anything that has alcohol in it, period.
Well, no, I'm saying if all the beers went away and I had no choice.
Any adult beverage, they all went away. Which adult beverage?
And I can only have the one because they all went away.
Hell, you could say the White Russian cocktail for all I care.
Yeah, I enjoy all beers, but I love my Founder's Stout, so I'd probably stick with them occasionally.
Well, cool.
Yeah,
and you're sticking with a 90 for the whiskey. for the Vanilla Crown Royal.
Well, you never know. I might get a second one, which is the other flavor, and I might like that better. I don't know. Even though I like my vanilla,
I'm gonna stick with a 93 for the small batch select 4 Roses. And as I like to say, we're going to end this stream here. And as I like to say, you know what? Unless I don't want to say Alex was living under a rock here. Let's look at a little bit of the comments before we go. FOX has been here today. He doesn't know where to start with a liquor review.
I'm not looking at. I was showing all the comments, but then
I kind of don't really know where to start. I kind of have to start somewhere. When I started doing some of these whiskey reviews, I started to know that I like whiskey and I like I like scotches and I like Irish whiskeys. I don't know where to go with them yet, but as I taste more and I get through more bottles and more styles and more distilleries, I'm gonna figure out how to rate things, and it may just be a personal preference of me initially going comparatively to what I know. Where would I rate this thing comparatively to what I know? This is way better than average. This is super like above average. And then he says, I'm assuming Dan, he's got some Jameson variants. This will be a good place for you to go, Alex, too. They make a stout variant of their Jameson whiskey. They do an IPA and they do a coffee version. You would probably like a lot of those. If you like the vanilla one, get the stout Jameson. I think I did a review on my channel. The stout barrel aged Jameson, you would like that.
Yeah, because it's a whiskey based on the stout.
Super chocolatey. It is super chocolate bomb. You would like that.
I think you have that still, if I remember correctly.
And I'm like, oh yes, sir, do that. Yep. And Isle of Fire is a new subscriber, but I've seen him around, so cheers to you. It seems like a revelation to try some drops of water with your bourbon. No, abso-friggin-lutely.
It was delicious, man.
Revelation to you. Congratulations. Only proofing that whiskey down can bring out some more flavor components and do different things to that whiskey. So the end goal, even if you use ice, an ice ball, an ice block, some ice, some cool water, find the way that you like that whiskey. And that's the best way to drink it. It's the best way to drink my whiskey is not the way that I drink it. The best way to drink it is the way that you want to drink this damn thing. Ha ha. Haha, they all heard things and they went, yeah. They had the evil Dr. Evil laugh, yes. And yes, the whiskey would be, I guess, what did I say, Boomore 18 and Elijah Craig C922, the barrel.
Oh, and by the way, Eric, if you take a look on the Facebook thing, I did 12, maybe. I put a what's it called? You asked me to do, and that was easy.
Yeah.
What was it called? What's the word called? It's with a D, and you told me to do it, and I did it.
You added to your videos now the descriptions.
Right. I'm not I'm only doing it for Facebook. I'm only doing it because of Facebook. But if I'm not doing the Facebook stuff, I won't worry about that. But if I am doing the Facebook,
you should really do that. You should really add descriptions in general.
Regardless, yeah, I get you.
Because it's you're going to add some more professionalism to what you do.
So, but what I said on there, I don't remember what I said. I think I said, "This is Alex and Friends" or something like that. I can't remember, but it's on the description.
I find something to say. What did let me go on to my channel here really quickly, and let me mute my video. I wrote a random description for this thing. I thought of something off the top of my head, and I wrote, in this episode, we look at a 52% year-round, highly regarded offering from the Four Roses Distillery out of Lawrenceburg, Kentucky. Cheers. Some little wording to get people excited about what you're doing.
I didn't copy. I just literally just.
You could do that minimally if you wanted. Yeah.
I looked at Alex and Friends, and I don't remember what I said though. I can't remember what it said. It's on there.
You could say here. You could say.
I know that, but I don't remember what I said.
I said something. I don't know. What do you want to say? You could say, coming back at you with another live episode of Alex and Friends in the date, and cheers. Appreciate you. Don't forget to rate, comment, and subscribe.
Yeah, but the thing is, I don't know. I said that. I didn't say all that, but I did say this is Alex and Friends or something like that, and then I did all that. But I think you saw
whatever you want, however you want to word it. You should put something there that'll work good. Yeah. The reasoning before we end the stream here, the reasoning you weren't getting the Facebook stuff to work is because they required you on Instagram. Oh, sorry, StreamYard. Back up. The reasoning you weren't getting the Facebook to work on StreamYard is because StreamYard was requiring you to add a description onto your Facebook platform when you were setting it up to have a multi-stream to Facebook. That red box was telling you, yo, bro, we need a description on Facebook for you to be able to do this. So add a description, and then you would have access to that share button. And so since I added a description for you, actually all I did was copied your subject of the video title. I copied the video title, put it in the description, just press share, and it worked for you earlier. So that's what I did.
Well, thanks to you.
That's the only thing you needed to do was add a description, and you were good. You did every other aspect of setting it up correctly. So there you go.
Yeah. So I did the title, and then I remember what you said. Do the description, even though I said Alex and Friends, I still used the description that was on Alex and Friends. The name Alex and Friends, the title. I used that same one, but I typed it in instead.
It's the same thing. I feel like it's the same thing when you do. Well, you don't, but I'm going to say it this way. I'm saying this positively. I'm not talking negative. But I'm saying the same thing when you do Instagram posts. You have a caption, write something there.
I always write something there.
Say, hey, people, this is really delicious. You do that. Do that occasionally on Facebook, but do that on Instagram too.
I do that on Instagram too.
Right before, no. Before you post the video, or before you post a picture of your beer, write or do your text to speech and make it write a description.
Oh no, what I do is after I put the post up, I go into my thing and I do say all those things to make it easier for me. This beer is delicious because I don't know that yet until I try the beer. So once I try the beer and I've already done the beer review, I always put that description out afterwards.
But write something. I would write something before, like right at say you're on Instagram, right at the time of you posting this Instagram, just say this is a really delicious beer. It's this style. It's from this distillery. Check it, or this brewery. Check it out. Cheers. Something. Write something. Just this something. These words and these descriptions and these words in your descriptions on your videos and on your Instagram posts will only intrigue people to check out your post there.
I write that right afterwards because that's
Do it
what
right.
I do.
Do it right before. Do it right. Do it before you post. Write that same thing on the description when you post.
It's not. It's easier for me when as soon as I put the video up, I let everybody know.
You can actually go afterwards and edit that post, and then
That's what I do. Once I'm done, I go and type that post in.
Yeah, but for StreamYard's purposes, when you're gonna go live, so next time you go live, next time you set up your go live on,
I already did. It's already done.
So you need to have a description, and then the description. Once you have a description, and you click, I'm doing this on Facebook, or sorry, I'm doing this on. I'm going to set up my page. Let me try this one more time. I'm going to set up my live stream for Alex, the Beer Master, YouTube page. I'm going to set it up for Alex, the Beer Master Facebook page, and then I'm going to set up for Alex Rotondo. Make sure that you have an actual description for the video, just to say, hey, this is what we're doing. Cheers, appreciate you, whatever you want. We're going to be reviewing the Moe's Southwest Grill.
Well, no, but with the Alex,
write that down for it to work, for your video to be able to be accepted and added to Facebook. That's all.
Right, that's the only one. But YouTube, you don't have to. It's just Facebook you have to deal with.
You don't have to, but I would still do that on YouTube. It's going to come across a tiny bit more professional. That's all. Your professionalism will succeed. And you know what will succeed is a great whiskey review that we did tonight. So the Four Roses, once again,
good stuff.
Small batch select. I give that 93. Alex went a 90 for Crown Royals Vanilla. Oh, yeah. And I like to say, woo, keep tasting. Well, I like to say beers. Keep tasting those great whiskeys. Cheers. We'll see you soon. Oh, Alex, do you have something to say?
This is Alex, the Beer Master. And we will see you all on the next live stream and the next video. This is Alex, Beer Master, signing out. Cheers, everybody.
Wild card, bitches! Yeah!
Check them out on Wednesdays at 7:30 Eastern Standard Time. But the real thing we were trying to watch is this one. Oh.